Welcome. This is Joni, and Abby and I are pleased to share our documentary of the human resources transformation in the Czech Republic. Stay with us. Since the end of 2015, the job market in the Czech Republic has surpassed all other countries in the EU for its low unemployment. This includes its neighbor, Germany, long regarded as Europe's economic powerhouse for efficiency and low unemployment. Data published even more recently, in January of 2019, shows that the Czech Republic's unemployment rate is now a mere 2.1% compared with 3.2% in Germany and 7.8% in the European Union overall. So how is this trend happening? First, and to no surprise, labor's cheap. The median annual household income in the Czech Republic this year is just 690,624 kronos, that's about 30,565 US dollars, well below the US median of 56,515 from the 2015 annual census. However, this doesn't fully explain the country's low unemployment because other countries in Central and Eastern Europe have even lower labor costs. Also, compensation in the Czech Republic has been steeply rising. In the first quarter of 2019, according to figures released by the Czech Statistics Office, wages increased by 7.4% year over year, or 4.6% adjusted for inflation. Average salaries in the Czech Republic have grown uninterruptedly since 2014. According to Deloitte and other sources, the nation's unemployment rate is low for two main reasons. First, assembly plant jobs have been relatively easy to create because they're cheap, and government incentives have made the Czech Republic attractive to global manufacturing companies. Second, the Czech business cycle is closely connected to the economic health of the EU. When Europe is doing well, the Czech Republic does even better, and at present, Europe is doing relatively well. But the roots of the Czechs' recent success may create trouble in the future. High wage growth is a pressing concern. Wages are rising because of labor shortages, which prevents the economy from growing even faster. This chart depicts the number of openings in blue, which are surpassing the steep annual wage increase in green. The Czech Republic also has to face an aging population and national laws and regulations which make it difficult for companies to hire foreign workers to fill open positions. With this context in mind, our discussions and research support the critical role human resource professionals play in equipping the Czech businesses to compete in the marketplace. And as a result, we set out to explore two questions. What education, skills, and experiences are essential for being an effective HR professional at Czech organizations? And number two, how are Czech HR organizations structured to serve their organizations? We started our research by exploring what Czech researchers themselves have to say. Research conducted in 2014 by the University of Economics in Prague indicates that the new structure of HR is increasingly divided into front office and back office and will continue to do so. Front office in this context is represented by the HR business partner whose workload has little difference in each organization. The front end would build the framework around the issues and challenges that the department or business is facing and translate that to an HR strategy. Back office is represented by expert teams or administrative departments, which are mostly focused on development, knowledge management and training, compensation and benefits, recruitment, HR analytics, and so forth. Furthermore, there are departments dealing with controlling, HR projects, and information management. When we consider the 4 companies we visit, each one was a leading competitor in their respective industry for broadcasting, energy, banking, and technology. From a structural perspective, they recognize the importance of HR in achieving their business goals and, to varying degrees, have aspects of Ulrich's model for HR and our findings from the University of Economics in their organizational structures. They each have an organizational theme that focuses on employee engagement and retention, which is flexibility. They encourage work-life balance thanks to challenges previously introduced, the lower number of women in leadership roles, and European societal norms in general. Their intent is to keep employees happy by creating a sense of community within the workplace, thus flowing outside of work. CRA has been focused on an internal and external cultural transformation for 3 years, as evidenced in its new value statements and incorporated best practices like agile and human-centered design. Interestingly, the HR leader, a former GE employee, said that the ideal HR candidate has specific HR skills, yet the business skills he didn't indicate are as important. He looks for candidates that have experience in the digital field, innovation, and that work within a smaller organization. Digitalization is part of their HR vision, so he needs a candidate that has experience with content management, marketing, social media, and target audiences. While the leader said things that implied that his HR team didn't need to be business savvy, HR strategic objectives incorporated the needs of finance and marketing and operations and the end customer, suggesting that we might maybe have been asking the wrong question. Perhaps his paramount concern is that his team first has expertise in recruiting, communications, development, retention, and so forth. Their HR structure consisted of 6 HR staff, 2 in the administrative function, 2 dedicated business partners, 1 internal communications associate, and the head of HR. Each of the business partners are dedicated to 1 to 2 functional groups, sales and finance and operations. Consistent with findings from the university, the recruiting manager is also responsible for employee dismissal, both back-end functions. ComApp's HR achieved their positions thanks to internal opportunities. Their university studies ranged from engineering and HR to education. While they are focused on employee development, they're exploring the benefits of adding an OD consultant. Relative to other HR groups, their HR transformation appears earlier in Ulrich's evolution. While the HR director reports to the organization's leader, which is a good sign, the tension HR demonstrated toward ComApp's business segment manager suggests challenges in the consultancy relationship. The HR departments of CSOB and SES are important to the business, as evidenced by their strategic objectives, their structure, and their language. Both demonstrated the most robust sets of organizational specific intervention tools like socio-mapping and Hogan's inventory, as shown in SES's slide here. CSOB specifically addressed the value of lean practices in project management, leading to process measurement, simplification, cost optimization, and improvement in controlling and reporting data. If we look here at SES's HR organization, they appeared furthest along in the HR structural transformation. For example, SES's organizational structure here shows that its HR front office tasks are separated from HR development, remuneration, and social responsibilities, i.e. tasks requiring expert teams to focus on development, projects, and controlling. Our observations support the research that an HR transformation is most certainly underway. The purpose is to mobilize resources to strengthen strategic impact of HR in organization, support customer-oriented approach, and focus HR departments on activities with higher value add. The transformation is evidenced in the expertise and competencies of HR professionals and the evolving structure of HR. Businesses are benefiting from better services, higher efficiency, process standardization, quality, strategic HR activities, and consultation. And some might say this transformation is just in time. More than ever, Czech business leaders need help navigating the labor and skill shortages facing their nation.